The Broncos bought in new uniforms last year as part of the Nike Pro Combat uniforms. How are you liking them, and have you been assigned a number yet?
I'm wearing number 96. We didn't actually wear the offense wore the Pro Combat ones from the game against Georgia last year. They wore the white jerseys with the blue pants. So we wore the white pants with white jerseys for the Georgia game. They got to wear those. It's all the same material. It's just a different kind of layout. We wore the orange ones, so they were the normal game ones, or alternative ones. But I've seen them up close and personal, and they're even better than they look on TV. You don't actually realise how many materials are in them. It's not like your old school nylon with the holes in jersey stuff like that. Or mesh, sorry. It's real stuff, really expensive. They're pretty comfortable once you get them on. It takes a little while to kind of ease into them, but they're even better in real life than what they look on TV. I think, don't quote me for numbers, I think we have 8 equipment managers. We have a head equipment manager. He's got 7 or 8 sub guys that do work within the locker room. So we have our pads cleaned every week, helmets cleaned. If you get scratches on your visor, they'll get your visor cleaned up. We have a washroom, so you after every practice, after every gym session, you put your laundry on a belt, throw it in the chute, and it's washed ready for you within hours. It could be done within an hour for you when you get back out of practice. And the actual equipment rooms, it's crazy. We've probably got one of the smallest ones in the top 25, but it's pretty spectacular. We've got a big boot room, all the boots you could want, jerseys, everything you need. And we don't get what we want, but we get what we need, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't really get a whole lot of stuff. I also want hand-me-downs, cheap stuff you could get off of eBay or whatever. But now I kind of get all the stuff I need, as and when no one wants pads to spell or anything like that. It's a different world, really.
Must be pretty nice in that sense.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to kind of be able to walk out with a fresh jersey to practice, not stinking. No one's going to get dirty when you come back in ready for the next day as well.
So how much work does Coach Peterson put in with the players, and how have you found all of your positional coaches?
Coach Pete, as his nickname goes, he's to me the reason I'm at Boise State is because he's the best coach in the NCAA as far as I'm concerned. He's not just he's concerned about winning. He's not just concerned about just winning. He wants to make sure that you're the best student you can be. You're the best person you can be on top of anything. Because I mean, if you look at any of the videos that Coach P does interviews, he's always looking for that guy, looking for the OKGR kind of guy. And it's not just being a Bronco. Isn't just about being a great football player. It's about being good in the community, doing well in school, and stuff like that. And he spends hours with us throughout the day. He knows everyone by names. Doesn't ever forget anyone's names. He knows your story. He knows where you're from. He's always great to have a chat, and he really puts in good effort to get to know us and to motivate us off the field as well as on the field. And my position coaches, I've got 2 as it goes at the moment. I've got Coach Avalos, who's the defensive ends coach, and Coach Kwiatkowski, who's our defense coordinator. He works pretty closely with the D line, and I get on with them great. They're great coaches. They're actually quite different in the way they coach, which is good because you get good perspectives from 2 different sides, and also their experience. Coach Avalos and Coach Kwiatkowski both played for Boise State, so they know what it's all about, and they're both really experienced. I learn from them every day. We get on really well. They know their stuff. They know stuff. I've learned stuff within this past couple of months of being here that I've never even thought about at all. It's tiny little minor details like footwork, hand placement. It's small things, but they know everything, and I've got a lot to learn. And hopefully I'll get better as we go along.
So you're kind of in the process of being made into a hopeful sack machine. How strict are they into things like diet and going out and things like that?
Dietary stuff, they're pretty hot on that. We have a dietitian called Hillary. She looks after our diet stuff. So if any guys need any advice at all, I mean, I'm pretty clued up because my dad used to have a degree in sports medicine, so he knows a lot about nutrition. So I knew before I came what I needed to eat and what I didn't. A lot of guys that need to lose weight will go and see her or put on weight, and she just likes to keep in check to make sure you're doing the right things, eating the right things. Because it's hard. You can lose a lot of weight practicing, and you can put a lot of weight on if you don't eat properly. So they're pretty strict actually. They give us free reign, but they're pretty strict on the rules they put down. Like you should do this, the guidelines, you should do that. And as long as you follow them, you're great because it shows up in practice. If you're out of shape, you're underweight, overweight, it shows up. So I mean, they kind of trust us, but at the same time, they got some pretty strict rules on what you should and what you shouldn't eat. They kind of guide us. Was your other question? Sorry, the second one.
In terms of like going out and stuff.
Yeah. There's no messing around with that at all. We have at the end of every Friday we have this little can't remember how quiet it goes. We have that's our last weight session normally when we're not practicing. So we've got this little answer and call thing we do, which kind of talks about going out and not going out to kind of remind us a little chant we do. So basically, if you're under 21, obviously the drinking age being 21, you don't drink. If you're over 21, you don't drive. If you go to a club, you don't get in a fight. That's kind of how we do it because we don't want to be getting in trouble. Because it's a little bit different than the average person. I mean, you can attract a lot of good attention as well as bad attention. So we don't go. I don't drink at all. Obviously, I'm 19. I'm not 21, so it's not advisable for anyone to drink out in America. who's under that age because you can get in a lot of trouble and it's just not worth it. We train too hard to kind of waste it away by drinking ourselves silly. And guys that are over 21, they'll go out. They won't necessarily drink. They'll have a good time, go to the club and chill. But it's all about making the right decisions, and the coaches trust us. We don't. I don't think we've ever really had any problems with that at all. Everyone knows what the score is. Everyone knows what's at stake. So we have a good time on the weekends, but it never gets out of hand.
So have you managed to get your teeth into any of the actual schoolwork at Boise then?
Yeah, it's tough. The first couple of weeks, I'm not gonna lie to you, I struggled quite a bit because I've been in school for over a year. So it's kind of getting back into the routine of working, making sure you get your deadlines done in time, reading this, reading that, watching this. It's kind of like going back going back to school again. It's kind of hard to get your head around the first couple of weeks. But I want to straighten now, and I'm really starting to. We just finished school, but I've really started to kind of buckle down now and working towards my my degree in criminal justice. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, schoolwork's been tough, but it's good fun as well because there's so many different courses that you take. It keeps it really interesting, so you never get bored. It's hard work, but it's good fun at the same time.
Do you consider yourself a student first and an athlete second, or an athlete first and a student second?
It's a balance. It depends what time of day you're currently at. I think as far as we're talking chronological, I get up and I'm an athlete first. But I did my schoolwork the night before, so I don't know whether I could tell you either way. But I said student first personally because if you haven't got your grades to play and you're not concentrating the way you should be, you can't get on the field anyway. So I think the most important thing for me is to be a student first because that's why at university, that's where you get your degree. Football's not going to take you the whole way in life. So at some point, football's going to have to stop. So I say I'm a student first, athlete second, but they're both equally as important to me, so I work hard at both.